Okay, main event time. Featherweight division. Max Bless Holloway taking on Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. Max Holloway, really needing no introduction. He's a 31-year-old out of Hawaii, 24-7, 10 knockouts, 2 subs. Most recently, scored a UD over the very tough rising Arnold Allen back in April. Former UFC featherweight champion, obviously. Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie, 36 years old, out of South Korea. Record stands at 17-7 with 14 finishes, 8 of them submissions. Has not fought since April 2022 with a failed attempt at the featherweight title, losing very badly at the hands of Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Mark, start us off. Give us the odds, your take, and your pick.
The odds are not close for this one. Max Holloway is minus 800. TKZ is plus 550 on the other end. 4 inches of height for Max, but it is a 3-inch reach for Chan Sung Jung. 3-inch reach advantage. Excuse me. He doesn't just have 3 inches of reach. That would be absurd. I am going to say this first to start. There's definitely feelings out there that Korean Zombie is washed, and I get it. But I will say, if we just take a quick look back at his last, I used 6 fights here, starting from the Yair fight. He was beating Yair in that fight pretty clearly. Got finished with a last-second mind-blowing knockout. Then he finished Renato Moicano. Then he finished Frank Yeager. Then he lost to Brian Ortega, who's an absolute stud. Then he rebounded by beating Dan Ige. And then he lost to Volk, who everyone loses to. So, as much as I don't think he's going to win a title right now, I don't know that washed is the appropriate way to be viewing Chan Sung Jung. He hasn't even lost 2 in a row. So, just wanted to put that out there. But with that aside, I do not think he can beat Max Holloway. Yes, we've established that Max is in Volk and that he has finally been surpassed as the class of this division, but Max is still Max, and to this point, he's been better than everyone else on the planet that weighs 145 pounds. And I don't think Zombie's the guy to change that. I think Max is faster. I think his footwork is better. I think his angles are better. His hands are more crispy, and I don't see what Zombie has to offer Max that he won't be ready for. As crazy as Zombie can be, he's a little bit more of a straightforward fighter. It's not like he's going to be showing Max angles that he hasn't seen before or presenting new things to him. We know what Zombie is, and I think Max knows what he is. And I think he puts it on him as the fight goes on. I'm debating whether I think it's like a 4th or 5th round finish as damage accumulates, or if it's just a clear decision. But I think I'm going to say it's like really similar to the Volk one. Like another one of those where, Zombie's not quitting, but the ref is kind of like, he's really getting beaten up now. And I think it's going to kind of happen again the same way. I'll say Holloway late 4th round TKO just via accumulation.
Okay, Omar.
Oh, you guys already know, bro. You already know. I hate this fight. I hate it so much. I love Chan Sung Jung. I don't want to see him take any more damage. And I feel like this was probably the worst fight to take in that regard.
Yeah.
Did
you hear his team was against it? Not to cut you off.
I'm fucking anybody with half a brain would be against this shit,
His
man.
whole team was like, no, dude, let's get someone else, and he had to be like, this is who I'm fighting.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about it, man. I get it from his competitive standpoint. The dude's a dog. Like, you ain't gonna tell him nothing. I get that, but I do think Max Holloway pieces him up, and I think it's going to be way too easy for him to do so. And it's not to say Chan Sung Jung won't have maybe a couple moments here and there, but I think they'll be very few and far between. And I think Max Holloway ends up finishing him, man. And I really hope we're done after this. I really do. Like, I love Chan Sung Jung, but these performances have not been it, and they have been so far from the Korean Zombie that we all kind of knew, right? I do think it'll be a finish. I think Max Holloway TKOs in round 4.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I totally agree. I was going to say it myself that I think that this could go a lot like how Korean Zombie's fight went with Volk. I think Holloway has the skill set, and it's a style mismatch in favor of Holloway. And I think Holloway is going to drag him into quicksand and just going to gradually overwhelm him with strikes. Or it could kind of look like Holloway's fight with Calvin Kattar. I think Zombie's going to is going to absorb a lot of damage, a lot of strikes. It could be a late fight TKO. I could easily see that, but I'm going to say it's going to be a dominant, unanimous decision victory for the former champ, Max Holloway.